Billie Eilish once said that if you give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. The internet loved it. Then it hated it. Then it loved it again. But almost nobody stopped to think about what that sentence actually means. Let me set the scene. It was 2019. Billie Eilish was 17, already one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, and she was talking about dating. Her words were roughly this: "Why is every pretty girl with a horrible-looking man? I do not understand." Listen, I am not shaming people for their looks, but I am though. And then came the line. You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. Here is the part nobody talks about. Take that exact sentence and flip the gender. If you give an ugly girl a chance, she thinks she rules the world. Say that out loud in public and watch what happens. It would be called misogynistic. It would end careers. It would be screenshotted and canceled 100 times over. But when it is aimed at men, it is a funny quip. It is a moment. It is tea. And that is the whole point. The same statement, the same logic, the same cruelty, changes value depending on who it is aimed at. If the statement is wrong when aimed at women, it is wrong when aimed at men. You do not get to have it both ways. Either judging people by their looks is fine, and then it is fine in both directions, or it is not. And then Billie Eilish was being exactly what she pretended not to be. She even admitted it in the same breath. I am not shaming people for their looks. But I am though. Second part. Billie Eilish is a musician. She is extraordinarily talented at making music, and that is what she should be judged on. When a plumber gives you his opinion on brain surgery, you do not care. You care about his plumbing. But when a musician gives her opinion on how men should behave in relationships, millions of people nod along as if she is a philosopher. She is not. She is a 24-year-old singer. Her opinions on dating dynamics carry exactly the weight of any other 24-year-olds, which is to say, some weight as a human being and none as an authority. Nobody should care about her opinions on men, just like nobody should care about my opinions on her music. But you get the point. Third part. Why does a statement like this get a pass? Because we live in a culture that has already decided men are the oppressors and everyone else is the oppressed. Once you have decided that, everything men do is suspicious and everything said against men is justice. The word for this is the patriarchy. And here's the thing. The whole argument rests on the idea that men are actively, deliberately, holding women down. That there is a system run by men designed to keep women beneath them. Is that true? Not in the way people mean it. Most men are not thinking about oppressing anyone. Most men are working, paying rent, and trying to be liked. The vast majority of men do not wake up and conspire against women. The feeling of being oppressed comes from the mindset, not from the men around you. If you believe everyone above you is your enemy, then everyone above you is your enemy. And no amount of privilege checking will ever fix that, because the problem is not the system. The problem is the story you tell yourself about the system. And if the roles were reversed, it would be exactly the same. Put women in charge of everything tomorrow, and within a decade you would hear the same complaints about them. Power does not corrupt people because of their gender. Power corrupts because it is power. The resentment is not about men. It is about whoever is on top. And someone always has to be on top. So what is actually going on here? Here is my honest take. People do not care about equality. They care about themselves. And the cleanest way to care about yourself without admitting it is to dress it up as caring for a group. I am fighting for women. I am fighting for the minority. I am fighting for the community. No, you are fighting for the feeling of being right. If you truly cared about both sides, you would call out the double standard in both directions. But that would cost you the moral high ground. And the moral high ground is the whole point. It is the one place where you get to be cruel and kind at the same time. Cruel to them, kind to yourself. Nothing is perfect. No person is perfect. No movement is perfect. No take is perfect. Billie Eilish was wrong. And she was also just a person talking. The men she was joking about are people too. The women nodding along are people too. The only way any of this gets better is if more people are willing to say the uncomfortable thing. That the same sentence is the same sentence. That the double standard is real. And that we are all, every one of us, perfectly imperfect.